Happy day, children. Today we are going to learn the lesson number 2, Bahamani Adil Shahs. To introduce it first, it is in the history of Karnataka. Vijayanagar Empire was established in 1336 Common Era. Later empire came to exist. So the founder of this dynasty was Alauddin Hassan Gangu Bahman Shah. Battles were taking place continuously between the Bahmani Sultans and Vijayanagar kings, and inner conflicts rose in the dynasty. And by 1527 Common Era, 5 Shah dynasties came into existence. Among them, Adil Shahis of Vijaypur were prominent. Main achievements of sultanates of this dynasty are discussed in this lesson. They also gave prominence to literature, art and sculpture. The achievements of Sultan Firoz Shah and famous Prime Minister Muhammad Gawan are discussed in this lesson. Also, that is. So the different competencies of this lesson are: the first one is contributions of Firoz Shah and Muhammad Gawan, which you are going to learn in this lesson. The first one. The next will be contributions of Bahmani Sultans in the field of literature, art and sculpture. Then few important places of Bahmani Sultans on the map you can see. Later on, the Sultans of Vijaypur Adil Shahs and the art and sculpture of Vijaypur Adil Shahs. So these are the different competencies you are going to learn in this lesson. Children, in this map now you can see where exactly the Bahmani kingdom was located in the southern part of India. So here Bahmani kingdom had the parts of present Karnataka. Now you can see in this map, lightly it is showing the map of Karnataka. So this place is the colored part of this Karnataka was under Bahmani kingdom at that time. So had the parts of present Karnataka, then this side you are having Maharashtra, presently where you will find Mumbai located, no? So here the Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. You can see here the Andhra Pradesh, the border of Karnataka and Andhra, this part, this colored part is of Andhra Pradesh. So fully this colored part was the Bahmani kingdom in the southern part of India. So and here you should be able to locate these two places. Kalburgi was the capital of this Bahmani kingdom and later it changed to Bidar. So as said earlier that the founder of this Bahmani kingdom was Alauddin Hassan Gangu Bahman Shah. He was working in the army of Delhi Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq of Tughlaq dynasty. He was in the army of that Delhi Sultan, and as shown in the map earlier slide, so the parts of the kingdom included the present Karnataka, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh, that is the Telangana. Now presently Andhra is divided into two, that is Telangana and Rayalaseema. So the Telangana part was under the Bahmani kingdom at that time. And you all must have located in the map where exactly the Kalburgi and Bidar are there. So the first capital was Kalburgi and later it changed to Bidar. So where it is exactly located, if you are seeing this river, Krishna river. So this Bahmani kingdom was located in the northern part of Krishna river and Vijayanagar empire was in the southern part of the Krishna river. So in between the Krishna river flowed. Now we are going to learn about Tajuddin Firoz Shah, who was one of the great Sultan in Bahmani King dynasty. So he ruled from 1397 to 1422 Common Era. He was a very liberal, judicious and a believer of God. Like he was not that strict and very judicious. He was a good administrator and a true believer of God. He made copies of Quran and edited it for his whole life. For his whole life, he was a writer as well and encouraged all languages. He was an expert. He encouraged all languages. He was expert in geometry and theology. Then about his like he established an observatory in Daulatabad, Maharashtra. Maharashtra, he sheltered many philosophers, poets, artists, and had honored them. He built a new city called Firozabad. That was his main thing. What he had established Firozabad on the banks of river Bhima. That was the Firozabad, what Tajuddin Firoz Shah had founded. Then he gifted many villages to Sufi saints, and among them Bande Nawaz, who arrived in the kingdom during his period. That was the Bande Nawaz, one of the Sufi saints who had arrived during his rule of that time. Then he encouraged foreign trades for which ports were developed. So this was about the most known king of Sultan of Bahmani dynasty. Now we are going to learn about Muhammad Gawan. Muhammad Gawan, all credits of making Bahmani dynasty great goes to Muhammad Gawan. Basically, he was a Persian and worked honestly as a prime minister in the reign of Sultanate Muhammad Shah III. He was a Persian and worked as a prime minister in the reign of Sultanate Muhammad Shah III. He captured Hubballi, Belagavi and Goa from Vijayanagar Empire. So these were the three places which he captured from the Vijayanagar Empire. His administration was according to Islamic laws. Then he encouraged revenue and postal services. He collected fixed taxes in cash on the basis of land's fertility and irrigation facility. What he collected the tax was on the basis of land's fertility and irrigation facility. Then about the buildings which he founded a madrasa. Madrasa means university. The madrasa is a Urdu name for a university. He founded a university in Bidar which encouraged Islamic religious and legal education. And about the education, what he was given was free education, and hostel facilities were provided for the poor. But many ministers were jealous of him. Not ministers, like many regional leaders were very much jealous of him during his time, and he was murdered by other regional leaders who were jealous of his fame. But he was well known as a good minister of Muhammad Shah III, which he worked for. Now we are going to learn about certain cultural contributions of Bahmani Sultans. First is the education part. Bahmani Sultans encouraged Islamic education. Then chanting of Quran was a part of the education, that it was made compulsory, that everyone had to learn to read the Quran, chanting of Quran, the holy book of Muslims. So that was made compulsory at that time. Then Quran, then Kalburgi, Bidar, Ilichapur and Daulatabad, and others were the Islamic educational centers during their reign. So these four places were kept for as Islamic educational centers, that is Kalburgi, Bidar, Ilichapur and Daulatabad. Poor people and orphans were provided free food and shelter. Free food and shelter, and scholarships were given to students in madrasas. That is, madrasa means earlier as told as university. So the scholarships were given to the meritorious students in the madrasas. Quran, philosophy and principles of Sufism were taught in the schools. That three things were mostly taught in the schools were Quran, philosophy and principles of Sufism. This was about the education part during the time of Bahmani. Then next comes the literature part. Literature means the written books of that time. Literary activities were highly encouraged. That means the people who were interested in writing books, it was highly encouraged by Bahmani sultans, and they sheltered many philosophers, poets and writers. Among the kings of that time, like Firoz Shah, Muhammad Shah II and Muhammad Gawan were writers and minister poets. They were not only ministers but also wrote many books. During their reign, Persian, Arabic and Urdu literature were developed. Then the great Sufi saint and writer Bande Nawaz, as told earlier, that Bande Nawaz had visited during that Bahmani's time. Bande Nawaz belonged to their period. The language that they and other foreigners used became famous as Dakhani. Dakhani is the name of the language used at that time. Now also many people in Karnataka, they will just try to differentiate by just saying Deccani, Dakhani. Dakhani, now they will call it as Deccan Plateau. No? The same thing which is used of that time is known as Dakhani. Dakhani was the language used by the people who stay in the Deccan part of the Deccan, that is southern part, Deccan Plateau part. Dakhani later was language used which later developed as Urdu. So you can find Urdu Urdu spoken language in parts of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, in the southern part of India. You can find the Urdu is been commonly used by people, and that is also known as the Dakhani. Dakhani. Now, after the education and the literature part, third we are having the sculpture. Sculpture. In this sculpture, the history of Bahmani dynasty is famous for sculpture and architecture. The monuments which were built in monuments of Bidar, in Bidar, then Kalburgi, wherein and other places are in Indo-Islamic style. In the Indo-Islam style, that is Indian and Islamic style joined together, the forts which were built, monuments. It is familiar as Dakhani style. Dakhani style. The first contribution of Bahmanis is Jamia Masjid of Kalburgi. Jamia Masjid of Kalburgi is the first contribution of Bahmanis. First contribution of Bahmanis, which was built by Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah was the built by Muhammad Shah, and it was the major attraction. Jamia Masjid was the major attraction of the monuments built at that time. Then the meeting hall with small domes is the major attraction here. These pictures and all, children, of these names which are mentioned here, you will find it in the next slide. You can just read here and just view the pictures in the next slide. So the meeting hall with small domes is the major attraction there. Then tombs of sultans in Kalburgi were doomed structures. Dome structures, you can presently find the dome structures in the mosque, mosque, or if you know the famous Medina Masjid in Saudi Arabia, how a dome structure looks like. Even Taj Mahal, which is there in Agra, that is also a domed structure. So the domed structure, tombs of sultans are in Kalburgi, and there are also domed structures. The tomb of Bande Nawaz was a prominent monument of Kalburgi. So we prominent one of Kalburgi. Then Bidar's Sola Khamba Mosque of Bidar, and beautiful places in the fort are famous. They are very famous to this day also. You can find them in Bidar. The Sola Khamba. Sola means 16. Khamba means pillars. So a mosque built of 16 pillars, that is Sola Khamba Mosque. These buildings are decorated and have carved wooden crafts on them. And then 12 tombs of Ashtar. 12 tombs of Ashtar near Bidar are also famous. And the prominent monument is the Madarasa, as mentioned earlier by Muhammad Gawan, built by Muhammad Gawan, which was of 242 feet wide, 222 feet long, 56 feet height, and a 3-storied building. So the building, which is more than 5 centuries old, appears to be declaring its glory. Appears to be declaring its glory to this day also. So this completes the sculpture part of the Bahmani kingdom. So this here ends your this thing, part 1 of Bahmani Adil Shahs. In the next thing we will learn about the different Shah dynasties. You can view pictures. You can view the pictures here, which I have said in the earlier slide. Mentioned the names. This is Fort Bidar, and this is Muhammad Gawan Madrasa, the most prominent monument during the time of Bahmani. This is the Muhammad Gawan built madrasa in Bidar, and this is the tomb of Bande Nawaz. That is the most famous Dargah, the tomb of Bande Nawaz. Many people visit here every year. This is known as the tomb of Bande Nawaz in Kalburgi, and this picture is the Jamia Masjid of Kalburgi. So these are the pictures concerned to the part 1, which I have explained to you, children. Please just the textbook, if you find that if it is there available with you, you can read the lesson from that, as well as go just listen to the explanation what I have done for this lesson. Thank you. So children, this ends with the part 1 of the lesson Bahmani Kingdom. So I will meet you in the next session with part 2. Thank you.